Welcome back. A middle school parent here in Greenville County tested positive for the coronavirus. The school district confirmed it and says the child is a student at Hillcrest Middle. The student will be under quarantine. This comes as North Carolina declared a state of emergency today over 7 patients who tested positive there. And in South Carolina, DHEC says 2 more people from Kershaw County, where this all started in South Carolina, tested positive. Both patients are hospitalized, we're told. DHEC has tested more than 41 patients in the Palmetto State. Now 32 came back negative. Prisma Health officials say they are closely watching, as every hospital across the entire country is, to make sure they can help to keep this disease from spreading and to make sure it doesn't show up in new areas.
But we do continue to do surveillance for possible cases, particularly for the identification of cases in a new community where there is not ongoing transmission.
The Prisma Health team also wants everyone to take precautions, protect yourself, like what you should be doing every day, washing your hands, being a clean individual, and disinfecting areas that you visit a lot. So just common sense stuff.
Yeah.
Keep you healthy.
Keep doing that. Well, Pickens County first responders are practicing how to put on some of that full protective gear you see for the coronavirus. They say the training is a precaution in case the virus continues to spread. Emergency management says they're also making some changes in dispatch and will be screening calls to see if the person on the other line could be at risk of having the virus.
Fox Carolina's Kayla Conboy live inside the Pickens County Dispatch Center with more on this story.
That's right. It's been a very busy week for emergency management crews as they work with dispatchers just like the ones you see here behind me to come up with a plan to make sure everyone is on the same page in case this virus continues to spread.
In total, it takes 5 full minutes to make sure first responders are properly dressed, ready to enter into an infected home.
The main thing you want to cover is your eyes, your mouth, and then your hands where you're going to be touching everything. So that pretty much covers the basics of all the spots that something could come in contact with the patient.
Isaiah Reynolds says it's the full face masks that many might find alarming. He says the hazmat suits are more than the CDC requires right now, but this is the gear the county had. So for them, better safe than sorry.
We use it, we train with it, so everybody's more comfortable with using that.
Dozens of first responders from stations all over the county gathered to practice putting on the suits. They are preparing for the worst, but hoping for the best, especially with the changes dispatch is making.
For an EMS call in particular, we're going to start asking a series of questions, and that's going to start with, are they ill with a fever?
If the answer is yes, then the caller will be asked if they've traveled out of the state or country within the last 14 to 21 days, or even if they've come in contact with someone who has. If either of those are yes, then the EMS supervisor will be looped into the call.
It gives our EMS workers time to put their PPE on. Their personal protective gear is very important to us because we obviously don't want to spread that to our responders.
They are also changing the types of calls fire crews go on. They will still go to anything life-threatening, but moving forward, minor medical calls are a no-go. Those will be handled by EMS.
We're definitely going to slow that response down a little bit, so we'll have some time to ask the caller a few questions.
Now, a lot of these changes are in response to what's happening in other states. In Washington, a third of a fire station was actually exposed to the virus, and so now 2 shifts are having to work overtime because so many people are being quarantined. So really tonight's training and that practice they were doing is just in response to that and making sure they are as prepared as possible. Reporting live in Pickens County, Kayla Conboy, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.